gentlemen, welcome to Beaconhouse Old Students Society Boss Memory Lane. Beaconhouse Boss is all about building a community together. Today we have multi-talented alumna with us, Tahreem Ahmad. She's a very sensitive person, an artist inside. She is currently working with Beaconhouse Head Office. She's Senior Evaluation Officer. She graduated from Rahim campus in 2006. She was with Beaconhouse through and through. Let's welcome Ms Tahreem Ahmad to Boss Memory Lane. Tahreem, welcome to Boss Memory Lane.
Thank you.
Tahreem, let's take a trip down the memory lane. Your fondest memory at Beaconhouse?
My fondest memory, well, there are a lot of good memories to share, but one of the fondest is actually, so we were in Rahim. Rahim is a smaller city, and in the 2090s it was even a smaller community, and we never had Basant, but we always used to hear stories of Lahore Basant. So I remember we were in the last graduating year, and we went to our school head, all of our class, and we said, requested him, can we have a Basant Mela in our school?
Right.
Since we are graduating, we want to have that feel and vibe of Lahore. And he agreed, and he said, you people as a class organize this function of yours. So we remember we went to each school in the community throughout Rahim. We distributed tickets to them, and we arranged this Basant Mela for the first time in Rahim in any school, and all of the students came along from all the different schools. So it was like one of the memories, passing memories that we had.
Of course,
बिल्कुल नहीं आता. But we dressed up like a Punjabi with everything, and so it was a lovely.
So if you have to describe your school life in 3 words, what would that be and why?
Well, a roller coaster ride.
Okay.
Yeah, and why? I think when I joined Beaconhouse, I was 3.5-year-old kid.
Okay.
Among the first very 50 students, Beaconhouse opened initially in Rahim.
Right.
And I was a shy kid, not very confident. And then, gradually looking up at the journey, you become confident enough. You start getting used, interacting in the community, and then coming to those teenage rebellion years where you become rebellious towards everything and anything. And then just coming at the end of the day and being sentimental and being able to give importance to what the school held, what values the school held. So it's been like, a roller coaster ride.
Do you remember your section?
I do. It was green. It was always 5 onwards. It was for boys it was blue, and for girls it was green. So we were green.
Right. What aspect of your school life which you miss nowadays?
As in general, I think being carefree.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you talk specifically, I think the sense of belonging to a community, we were all Beaconites, and we used to wear it like a proud shield, like we used to go on telling every school person where we were invited to meeting anybody in the community, like, we are the Beaconites, we are from Beaconhouse.
It's the ownership.
It's the ownership. So we used to, until date, I think I do that. The first thing somebody asks me, where you graduated from, I don't come with the university or the name of the college. I always tell them, I'm a Beaconite, so I belong to Beaconhouse.
So do you make friends for life? Because
I did.
Would you like to name a few friends?
Yeah, so most of us were together since the school started, like I said, and some of them just, everyone is just spread out throughout Pakistan and in different countries. So there was one and they're all married now, and a few of them with kids, Ramshas and Mariam. And recently I came across a former class fellow of mine, and I saw her on Boss app interview.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's Sadia, and and oh wow, she's doing so well for herself. And then I texted and found her on Facebook, and then texted her. So that way.
So this is exactly what Beaconhouse app and Beaconhouse Boss is all about, building a community
absolutely
together.
So it just gets seeing somebody after such a long time.
Of course.
It's such an amazing feeling.
Absolutely. So were you part of, what kind of student you were? Studious, extracurricular activities, Which category you were in?
I think I was the brat.
Okay.
But I was a studious brat. So we never so we had this group. We never let our grades being affected. But we were the ones who used to get in trouble more often, and but we were on the good side also because our grades were amazing. So teachers were not in that line, to say us something.
Do you remember teachers' naam?
I do.
Please.
So this was Sir Amanullah, who's still there in the Beacon House.
Wow.
There was Ms Parveen, Ms Roha, and Ms Rahila. So they were all there throughout my journey, through and through.
Wow.
So they've also seen me grow up from a kid to a teenage girl.
Oh, wow.
And I think one of the most memorable one would be our late principal, Sir Hafiz Muhammad Mazhar. He was associated with Beaconhouse for a very long time, and then he was a part of Rahim Khan campus till 2007 he passed away.
Oh. Did you have your siblings also? They were in Beaconhouse?
Two of my sisters, yes, a younger sister.
Comparison hota tha?
Hota tha, because
Okay.
I was, like I said, I was a little studious also. So my younger sisters weren't that, she wasn't good in maths, and I remember my mother going
to
once.
Parent-teacher meetings?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so there was, like this, I think comparison bhi tha, and my cousins were there.
Right.
So, we were, a whole group used to be there.
Right.
So it's also, we were in the same family, I guess.
What is one thing which you really love about your profession and how Beaconhouse has impacted it?
So currently, I'm working at School Evaluation Unit in the head office, and our job is to evaluate Beaconhouse campuses and branches throughout Pakistan. And if I say it's like a trim tab of the organization, it wouldn't be an exaggeration, because once I joined it, I understood how important and integral part School Evaluation Unit is of Beaconhouse. So we do everything for the Beaconhouse. We hold school accountables for their performance. We make sure that we give a constructive and a feedback which helps them improve whatever they're doing, whether they're doing it good or it needs improvement. Then we keep a level of transparency for all the stakeholders who are involved, whether it's the parent body, whether it's the student body, whether it's everybody involved in the head office. And
it's very deep work and detailed work,
very
right?
integral part. People, when usually I remember when I came to this department, I used to ask everybody which aspect you enjoy the most. So one answer usually would be traveling, because we travel a lot. But the other was we like meeting new people, and I was like, meeting new people, how is that interesting? But now when I've been a part of it for a long time, so you meet people, you understand the student community, you understand how education within the system that I was, sort of brought up, and I've learned each and everything that, I give credit to Beaconhouse. So, and how that has, evolved over the time into something so better, everything, all the practices, all the teaching, everything part of education. So yes, in that way, I think School Evaluation Unit, SEU as we call it, holds a very, very integral part. Like I think every department, when there are separate departments in a school that look up to finance, that look up to education, that look up to development of students or teachers, we as a whole look into every aspect of a school, and we feed into every department so they can make their future plan. So that way SEU is doing a very, very important job than some of us actually do realize that.
Right. And just sometimes you get to hear, a few words. They stayed with you. And what were those words and said by whom? कभी कोई किसी की खास बात आपको याद हो जो आपने ज़हन नशीन कर ली हो और उसको follow किया हो?
So one was that go beyond books, I remember.
Oh wow.
One of my teachers told me that, and they said, he used to say to the whole class, he said, go beyond books. There are learning experiences which are beyond books, and learn a skill and then develop that skill,
Oh, wow.
So I think that time, I think being a teenager, you don't understand, like what is go beyond books. You hardly come up doing your homeworks and you get tired of that. But I think that's a skill that is so important for every generation. That, going beyond books, finding a skill that you like, finding a pathway that is...
How do you plan to carry the legacy of being a Beaconite and adding value to the community?
So, once I am actually a part of Beaconhouse,
right, of course.
Coming back to where I started, initially starting my learning journey from.
Right.
So, I think one way I am actually contributing, not, I think so, playing a part in, improving the teaching, improving the students' development, overall the environment of a school.
Right.
Yeah. So I think I am now being
more
of a part of Beaconhouse
right.
than I was being a student.
In the end, what would you like to say to the young minds of Beaconhouse? Pearls of wisdom. Any words you would like to share with our young kids?
I think the same that was taught to me, that one, go beyond books, learn a skill, and also be resilient. There are going to be ups and downs in your school life as well. Life does not come easy to anybody. That doesn't mean you're not good enough. That doesn't mean you need to stop. You just need to find a way, to fight those challenges, sometimes to accept those challenges and move around. So probably yes, and enjoy it as much as you can, because this is a learning experience that cannot, you cannot find anywhere else, not in college, not in university. School is a whole world,
Of course, it's your universe at that point in time, right? On this positive note, we end our Beaconhouse Boss Memory Lane. Thank you.
Beaconhouse Old Student Society, BOSS, building a community together.